Okay, I'm back again. You already know what my message is, and I just want to say thank you for the blessing and for allowing me to be here with my family. All right? But we talked about it, and I need a solemn promise from everybody here. You're going to have to be proactive insofar as protecting yourself. So I am asking you again on Monday, let's start that process to start filing for our papers so that we can get our guns, so that we can start doing things that we can put ourselves in a position to win, right? You got a dope gun thing here y'all can carry concealed around here, and y'all still playing around. Let us get our gun permits and let us take this thing to a whole nother level. One more thing I want to say to you, streams of income. Look at your gun permit as a means to create at least 6 streams of income off of just your gun permit. So we're not interested, well, I'm interested in that. We're not interested in just pointing our guns at looking at people that look like us. Those days are over. Alright? So we're gonna have to manifest black love right now, and we're gonna have to be in the community where we're gonna be the vanguards of the community. Because if a white boy can roll up in the middle of the hood, something is wrong right here. He just rolled up, got out of his car, and started putting holes in shit. That's wrong on many levels. Because if that's permitted to continue in this community and nothing was done, they had the kids over there, they was jumping in the what is that little thing, like a jungle gym and stuff? What kind of shit is this? The kids eating hot dogs and popcorn right across the street where a massacre just occurred. Don't you find something wrong with that? That's not community building. That's not community shit. That's to lay you down, give you a couple of no-dos. Some sleeping pills. No-dos to keep your ass up. But I'm talking about the means to anesthetize you into a comfortable sleep. And the children were nonetheless the wiser because the parents who would lead them brought them over to that madness. And talking about this is good for the community because it's healing. If one of you can explain to me how the hell does a jungle gym justify healing in the community where the kids are across the street from where a massacre took place? We still have to elevate. They're still treating us like their children. And our people are just going in willingly. That's some bullshit, and I don't go for it. So I'm saying to you, get your gun permits. That's a really big question for me because I'm not in a position to really answer that because there are a lot of questions and there are a lot of answers to that question. But the hope is going to have to come from within. Mommy told me that it starts from the home and spreads abroad. So that love and that healing and that kindness is going to have to come out of your house first. That's just my opinion. You don't necessarily have to agree with me. But like I said, I'm proactive. I'm into putting holes in shit before they get me. I'm just letting you know right now. And if you're all warriors in your black recesses when y'all around each other in your quiet place smoking weed and y'all talking war cry, talking that war shit, but you don't do anything other than talk, it's gonna stop.
How do you have a plan for those that have been criminals and have felonies that disqualified them?
Yes, ma'am. We talked about that earlier. We have things in place because if you have a felony and you have a jacket, my brother can bear witness. Give me a call, 646-481-9787. My name is Ashanti. My number is 646-481-9787. And in answer to your question, Mother, They will need what is called a certificate of relief for disabilities. You will need that. And what you're gonna have to know, there's a box on the bottom of the certificate. You have to have the second box checked that restores all rights. If you get a certificate of relief for disabilities like this man has, and they check the first box, he can't get anything. You have.
What the crime was?
Yes, ma'am. He told me, but I don't want to share it.
I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the community.
Yes, ma'am.
Would that depend on what the crime was?
Yes, ma'am. With a felony, they would have to have their rights restored. If it's a misdemeanor, it's not violent, they would just have to have a disposition to show how the case was dissolved. We're in a position, we have a legal team in place that can answer these questions for you, okay? So anybody that has legal problems, you just give me a call on our team. We have staff of attorneys that can assist you with this, okay? So if you had run-ins with the law, okay, and you never went to jail, when you stood before the judge and he said, go home, the case is dismissed, you will have to go to the clerk's office and get what they call a disposition. And it shows how the case was disposed of. Now, if you went before the judge 10 times, but never went to jail, you need 10 dispositions. Because you have to show for every time you went before the judge, okay? And so when you file your application for your company, and you never had a crime, but you went before the judge, you will need what they call a disposition, okay? Give Fire a call, give me a call, any questions you may have, we'll be happy to answer them for you. Yes, brother.
So you, in terms of streams of income?
Yes, sir.
You mentioned that a pistol permit can help with something like 6 streams of income.
Yes.
Can you talk about that?
Yes. Listen, if you get your firearm permit, right, like my brother here, he's a guard. He wants to elevate into become an armed guard. Armed guard down in New York, it starts $65 an hour. That's armed guard work. Then you can do private armed guard work. So if you needed me, you'll hire me and I will take your ass. That's another stream of income. Okay? Then you talking about opening up a bail bonds company. You can open up your own security guard company.
Just with the permit?
Just with your permit. And one more thing, do you know you can open up a gun store?
Statewide?
Statewide. Once you have your gun permit and you're in good standing, you can file for your FFL, which is a federal firearm license, which puts you in a position to own your own gun store. This is a fact. I'm in the process. I'm being vetted presently. That's why I'm careful with my words in case they see me on television. Shit. But anyway, I'm in the process. I'm in the loop now. I have the location. You got to go through zoning. So give me a call. We can talk about how you can do that as well. One more. My number 646, mi amor.
Slowly.
646.
481.
That's my thing.
481. I know if I heard by now.
We'll put it on our Facebook.
Oh, finish the rest though.
Okay. 616-481-9787. Okay, family? Feel free to give me a call. If I can't answer the question, we have members of the team that will be more than happy to assist in anything you need. Anything you need. So, put it up on Facebook page, and you can just call Fitness, Fuel, and Fire. Okay? Facebook, Instagram, all of the platforms I'm on. Fuel and Fire. Okay? Fitness, Fuel, and Fire. I'm on all the platforms. I think I'm on Twitter too, and LinkedIn, and all that. You heard my sister here?
If you need that information or lose it after today, it'll be posted on the new Black Panther Party Buffalo chapter page. Anything or anybody that spoke, you can get in contact with them from that page.
I just want to say thank you again for welcoming me and allowing me. I just want to say Black Power, and I love all of y'all. And I'm saying no condition. I love you. Unconditionally. Black power.
Black power.
I just wanted to evoke talking to people. People are asking why our chairman is not here.
I done manufacturing for years when I was in military.
He was at the airport and they wouldn't let him get on the plane. They didn't want him to come here to talk to you. They're afraid of black men who are revolutionaries. Now we understand that they want to make us a gang. We don't let what people say, what they call us, define us. June 10th in Mississippi, we got the Crips and the Bloods going to sign a truce and say that they're going to quit jumping on one another and jump on the enemy.
That's right.
That's common.
That's right.
Did y'all hear?
I heard you clearly.
The Crips and the Vice Lords are coming to Mississippi to sign a truce. We're building an army.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we're building an army. See, we're in a fight. You don't stop fighting overcoming people with your capacity to love. You overcome a fight by fighting. And if you love yourself, then you're going to fight those who's trying to destroy yourself. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Can I get a black power?
Black power.
Black power!
Black power.
Black power!
Black power.
Yeah, it's time. See now, and we was down there to the press conference that they had at Tops, and Mark Moriel from the Urban League was talking about that they were going to bring some economic development to Buffalo. We're not opposed to that. But if you think spending money and building a building is going to stop a person from coming from Conklin, New York to the Tops, that ain't going to stop them murders. Can I get an amen? The only way that you stop someone from hurting you is they understand that there's consequences. See, when they start experiencing bodies, then they say, well, now we're losing bodies. Them people ain't playing with us. If we go down there to kill them, then they will kill us. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
We cannot be afraid to defend ourselves.
That's right.
We shoot each other. Every day. We jump on each other. And ain't none of us went down through the neighborhood and killed 10. We might take one. But we ain't killing 10. And that's because whoever done something that we thought that we ought to kill them. This can't come down here and kill us just because we was born and look like we look. When did being born become a capital offense? It's time to fight. We have an organized problem. An organized problem has an organized solution. We've got to get organized. We got trainers that's going to train. But the first thing you got to do is arm yourself.
Yes, sir.
You can't get trained on an arm if you don't have one.
That's right. I went back.
And see, when we start shooting back, they'll stop shooting. Can I get an amen? Amen. Yeah. So we came here to organize. We ain't saying to riot. Ain't no need sense in tearing up the neighborhood. It makes sense to take those people down who are coming to the neighborhood and killing us.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we need to fight that. So Chairman sends his love. He wants to try to come back the 23rd of June. And maybe this time we will drive instead of trying to rely on them people's planes to fly. That's going to be a long trip. But our lives are worth it. Black power.
Black power.
Black power.
Black power.
Black power.
Black power.
Yeah. See, we stand up and fight back. Can't nobody beat us. They can't beat us. And then see, ain't no sense of us fooling ourselves. If we fight, there's going to be some losses. But we ain't fighting. And we lose. If we fight, we got a chance to win. In fact, I would bet that we will win.
Good bet.
Right.
It's a very good bet.
They know we'll win.
Yeah. And see, if them sisters start teaching those children, that boy don't know no fear.
Right.
He don't know nothing.
If our sisters get armed up,
So we on it.
Yeah. Brother told us, sisters get armed. If sister get armed, she gonna arm them children. She gonna teach them.
Right.
She gonna see. We, like men, may be in the home, may not. Mostly may not. Can I tell the truth?
Please tell us.
Yeah. No. Some of us may not be home because we are trying to provide. The bottom line is whether the man is doing right or he's doing wrong, he ain't home. The women are with the children. And see, the society is really afraid of the black man, so they go after us, lock us up, shoot us down, maim us. And if the sister says, well, you see how that dude, that white boy treated your daddy, you don't want that to happen, that's the wrong lesson. If she teach him, now you see how he done your daddy, don't let him do that to you and get him for doing that to your daddy. That's a whole different lesson.
Right.
And when them youngsters start standing up and mama say, boy, go get that cat because he ain't treated your daddy, them children ain't gonna get him. Woman is the key. Let's make it not secret. Yeah, come to the fore. Because if mama say, boy, fight, boy, gonna fight. Better not come up. What? Somebody ring you? You better get out that door. Don't come up in here talking about somebody done hit you. You better go hit him back.
Right. I'm gonna hit you.
Mama can't get to talking that stuff. Boy, it's on like popcorn. We got to start popping. Are y'all hearing me? Yeah, we got to start popping. And when we pop them, I bet they'll stop popping.
Black power.
Black power. Black power. So we're going to get organized. Taniqua is going to be at the forefront of the organization. Everybody done signed up. You're going to get a call. An organized problem has an organized solution. We are the organization. Black power. Black power. Black power. Black power. Black power. Brothers and sisters, I have over here on the right side, I have the Muhammad book, which we're under that ancestral spirit of Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, written by attorneys Zulu Shabazz, who is the chairman of the New Black Panther Party at this time. I also have the New Black Panther Party newspapers and New Black Panther Party t-shirts and New Black Panther Party buttons. So you can't get black power unless you spend your black dollar with the Black Power business. And I just also want to announce to you that we are going to Mississippi for Juneteenth weekend. And for those of you who wants to go with us in New York City, you need to be able to give me a call, 929-624-4142. So we are really serious in getting ready for a real revolution. And that real revolution is that black dollar. When you hold back that black dollar, now you're talking black power. So remember what I said, pass the word that a boycott is coming to Buffalo and we shutting Buffalo down. Black power. Black power.
Black power, people. Thank you so much for coming out. We really appreciate it. We appreciate the love. I just like to take the time. Oh, my name is Treese, by the way, and I'm just here to support everything, everybody, anything that's in the positive, anything that's in the love, anything that's in the Word of God. That is what I stand for, and I am the proud sister of Terrell, aka Pharrell, who did that poem normal for us earlier. Let's give him another round of applause. And then I have my other brother, our younger brother. Pierce is gonna come and just spit a little rap for y'all, a little entertainment, just to break the monotony a little bit. We all know why we here. We just all want to join in love. Before Pierce comes up, I just like us to take, did they say that was 134 seconds? I want to have a moment of silence for the communities lost at the Tops Friendly Markets, for their families, for the great works that they did in our community. I'm so sad that a lot of us may have missed these people and the great things that they've done, but now that they have gotten their wings and they're going on to a higher place, we still want to remember these people and the great works that they've done for our community. So at this time, we'll just take a moment of silence for those families that lost those great people at Tops Friendly Markets. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, we will not further ado. Paris Everett.
How everybody doing tonight? That's good. My name is Paris. I just want to say to the family, we just here in recognition of the support and continue the legacy for the lives that we lost. Buffalo, to me, I'm gonna be real with you. I've been in Florida 14 years. But Buffalo is just like, it's just for perception. You know what I'm saying? See, like, people just want to come out for perception, but they forget about the purpose. You know what I'm saying? So the purpose of today is to reflect and continue to, to walk in unity, to remember the lives that we lost. Because when I see, what I see, I imagine being my people. You know what I'm saying? So, long story short, this a rap I wrote a few years ago. Yeah. It was 5 a.m. and I couldn't sleep. My girl was so addicted to the streets. Lord, give me some understanding, this confuses me. My black community, they fed teach on violence, no honesty. She raised the kids on her own, no violence. Keep sweat up, so you got carbon. And my teeth, they help, there's no carbon. Yeah, check it. The streets is a monopoly. Gotta count carefully, secure all commodities. Start farming and gotta know you cross the seas. They're trying to turn America to another colony. Public assistance don't want to see with too many blues and greens. Prisons on private, still modern day slavery. We gotta rise and grind above all this poverty. Black kids and queens, welcome to the hub monarchy. Young children, wake up, pay attention. All this Fortnite playing, YouTube searching. Tune in to education, so much you could be learning. Life is free right now, say that money you earn. Respect mom and dad, love one another. Protect your sister, look out for your little brother. So much crazy going on, it's making me nervous. I'm wasting time with these strangers, they don't deserve us. Give me a last blow in the bag is never enough. Invest in real estate, build your credit, start building up. Like Troy has said, the streets is a myth. Pouring love and hurt, something when you left on the strip. That day hurt me so bad I would put a beam on the fence. Salute to the kings and queens, that's the Buffalo 10. Yeah. Yeah. Check it. Yeah. Any chump on the polish, the dead in jail, the only time they acknowledge it. But I'm turning the page and changing my way. Never been the type of ride. Wait, I get ready in real life. I don't talk for the brand. I know who don't talk so hard to me. They stuck in the can. Watch it take some $40. We gon' get to the van. But I throw the candy on the truck. Pussy knock in the van. I got my own LLC. I'm running with Sam's. Shorty out there selling premiums. They running them scams. A lot of boys need to fail. And I know that it hurt. But stop selling yourself short. Make them value your worth. A lot of blood being spilled. Putting our brothers on shirts. Everyone roll around. Pray and make it to the first. People see you doing good and throw your name in the dirt. Stop all that hate, crazy doing it. Put love in the circle. One. Love y'all, yo. Y'all be easy. Peace.
Where are we in the program? We are in the middle of the program where we are getting organized, energized, and we about to spread this love through the community, because everything starts with bringing that love back in the family. It will spill out into the community. We talking about boycotting. We are talking about taking action. We are talking about voting with knowledge. We are talking about being led based off love and based off knowledge, because we gotta fight the powers that be. Okay? And let me tell you, when this song came out, it was nothing but love in the community. So it took a lot of programming to remove the love that we have for one another peace. Understand that. Peace is not absent conflict. Okay? And there is no one way that we are going to win. We are going to win collectively. We are going to win strategically. This is why we have the new Black Panther Party Buffalo chapter, because everybody that loves black people, we are going to come together and we gonna get up off the table. And if we not gonna get up off the table for ourselves, we gonna get up off the table for our children and our grandchildren. Everybody carves a place in the future for their children. There is nothing wrong with us doing that. And anybody that stands in our way, black, white, Puerto Rican, Chinese, we gonna deal with them. And we gotta understand what that looks like. That might look like boycotting. That might look like showing up at the meeting, shutting shit down when they talking that fake love shit. When these non-profits are coming into our community talking about their community organization, we're going to do our homework. And if these people are funded by the people that are gentrifying our community, we gonna run them out of here. Because of all the tragedies that we have suffered, ain't nobody came and stood with us. And when they did come to stand with us, it was because there is a budget. Every community organization we reached out to that be out here talking about how we love the community, how we're out here feeding the nigglets because we love the community. We said come stand with the community when we announced the Buffalo chapter of the new Black Panther Party, and you see they didn't show up because they said, what's the budget? And I said, our budget is love. So if you love the community, come donate your time. You see where they at. They only show up when it's some money. And y'all need to start connecting the dots and the faces and these organizations and the money and these churches and these politicians, because it's there for the world to see. We gotta start asking them, where is the money and where is our people? Because they missing. The Perrys was like a whole city. Where they at? They missing. Why we not looking for our friends and our family up in the town gardens? They missing. Now they missing from Pilgrim Village. Are we gonna sit back and allow them to remove all of our communities before we take a stand? Are you serious? And the one thing that pissed me off the most is they took a picture next to City Honors talking about Buffalo Love or Buffalo Strong from the air. That vacant lot was an entire community. They tore down an entire community so they could have a vacant lot, so they could restore the community to what it was before, and y'all not paying attention. They wrote it. They put it in the Buffalo strategic plan 20 years ago that your community was going to be shovel ready, and 7 out of 10 of you are not going to be here. Now what 7 out of 10 ain't going to be here? As far as I'm concerned, we all going to be here because we all about to stand still. Don't nothing move in this city unless we allow it. That's why they spend millions and millions and millions of dollars giving us free shit. If you remove all of the third parties, they can send everybody a check and none of us would be poor. Do y'all understand? But if you are not poor, they cannot feed their family.
Right.
If our kids ain't dying, they can't get grant money. Stop paying attention. Anytime they want to show the community love, they bring out all of the Negro
Everything. They abandoned this community faster than your eyes can blink. And they thought when they redlined this shit that we was gonna fold. But we bend, but we don't break. They have done everything to destroy us, and we still standing, so we can win. Y'all need to take that message back to your families, back to your community. Because we ain't going nowhere. Possession is 9/10 of the law. We here, and we have to let them know we not going nowhere. Because once we are forced out of this community, where are we going to live, and what new terror are we going to have to endure? Are y'all paying attention? Are you following me? We got all of these black papers. We got all of this black, and ain't nobody telling our story. And ain't nobody standing up for us. They locking women in stores on Bailey, and men are beating their ass, and ain't nobody going to jail. Ain't no businesses being shut down. It's just tyranny. And what you gonna wait till they do it to your daughter? So this is why we have to bring that love back. I am because we are. We have to understand that. Because guess what? They don't care. History shows us the government doesn't care. They said your unity is the greatest threat to this nation. But you're dependent on them to save you. So if you fed up, I'm gonna need you to go to New Black Panther Party, Buffalo chapter, and I'm gonna need you to sign up to stand in solidarity with people who understand and love the community. Because we are at war. Just because they don't have army tanks, they got police trucks. Do you understand that they ain't gotta drop no bombs? They just raising the rent. Do you understand? If people don't care where you live, they don't care if you live. So why are we not standing together? Because guess what? It's room for everybody. You don't want to be on the front lines? Okay, you can be behind the scenes. But there is a place for everybody with the New Black Panther Party, because we taking over our community. Do you understand that? If you are about standing up and for your community, if you are about us protecting us, let me hear you say Black Power. Black Power. Come on, y'all, we can do better than that. Let me hear you say Black Power. Black Power. Because that's what it is. And let's get this real straight. Black Power is not anti-anything. Anybody who wants to make you feel bad about loving and protecting your people ain't your people. I don't care what color they is. Because some of us is green on the inside. Some of us think they about to buy their way out of oppression. But baby, they don't like your black ass either. But you serving a purpose right now. And we have to identify the enemy amongst us. See, they keep having people talk, why can't we just all get along? The same reason we was on the plantation and we was deep and they wasn't. Because you had people amongst us who was like, Massa, they going to get their freedom. Massa, Timmy know how to read. Massa, Harriet took 2 slaves with her. Those was the people that looked like us. And guess what? They procreated. created. See, all black people like to make it seem like their ancestors was like this, and a lot of their ancestors was like, Massa, he trying to get his freedom. And as soon as we start understanding what it means and what the ancestors said, all skin folk ain't kinfolk, until we understand what that means and move accordingly, we are going to be running in place, because we got a lot of black people that are out here selling out their black people so they can ride in fancy cars, send their kids to private school, and so that they can have a job. So you have the have versus the have-nots. You got those who have love and those who have not. So what we need to do is we need to get all of the people who are our kinfolk, all the kinfolk, we need to get together, start having barbecues, and while we at the barbecues, we plotting. Because this is what a rebellion looks like. See, they want to tell you, oh, well, you gotta be like this. And no, what we gonna do is what we gonna do. Because we always do what we need to do. Give us a problem, we gonna solve it. Talking about MacGyver, MacGyver ain't got nothing on black folk. We can make something out of nothing. We can make $1 out of 15 cents. So don't ever think that we can't win. Because we winning right now. Because everything that they have done to destroy us and destroy our community has failed. And we need it to fail again. So it's time for us to get up off the table and understand it's going to be hard to get up off the table, because when we get up off the table, a lot of people going to starve. And that's what y'all need to understand. Instead of these black churches being at the forefront of protecting the people, they out there getting that 501c3 money. They don't care whether you got a place to live, because that's giving them money so that they can get housing.
Right.
And these churches is putting you on toxic land, on toxic waste. And then after these churches decide that they want to sell a property, who is getting the profit? Because it's been the community that's been paying their taxes. See, these churches want to act like church business is just church business. Nah, baby, it's the community's business, because the community pays the taxes for all that property that they are buying up. Do you understand that? We got churches that are in the poorest neighborhoods, but yet and still, the pastors of those churches is running around in $100,000 cars, wearing $5,000 suits, purchasing $4,000 tubs, living in church mansions, and y'all still running around putting money in the plate. Because let me tell you, every Sunday I sleep good keeping my money in my pocket. And then I take that money and I go out and I do for the community. Because see, ain't nobody paid for this. The people pay for this. And we got to understand that. They got black faces in high places to keep your ass asleep. And your silence will not protect you. See, everybody thinking, I'm good. Nah, baby. The plan that they have is real. It's multiple people fighting us on multiple fronts, and we need to get together and start moving accordingly. We gotta be prepared to accept new information that challenges our beliefs and act accordingly. Because knowledge makes a man unfit to be a slave. Now that got y'all thinking slave with shackles. I'm talking about enslaving your mind. I'm talking about them controlling the narrative and feeding you false information that you know ain't true. Our communities are violent because they're poor. Why are they poor? Because we're redlined. We are at war. And just because they not dropping bombs doesn't mean we are not at war. See, the best way to win a victory is to wage war on people and they don't even know it's a war going on. And how can you know there's a war going on? They giving you free concerts, free hot dogs, free hamburgers, free backpacks. They give your ass free everything as long as you don't ask for your freedom. At first I thought, oh yeah, it's some free shit. Then I started thinking like, damn, every time they give us some free shit, we just take it home and we don't say nothing else. That's why it's a budget. You have to look up Margaret Sanger and the Negro Project. They got together and they said any agenda that you want to push in the black community, you have to go to their leaders. You have to go to the pastor. You have to go to the celebrities. That's why anything the government wants you to do, they pay the church to push it. They pay these celebrities to push it. And at the end of the day, all black people seem to care about is being a consumer. That's all. They fed you to materialism. My grandmother told me a long time ago, white people don't wear their money. You can see them, they have holes in their shoes, holes in their pants, but they have money in their pocket. And we running out and spending $200 for this, $500 belts, a purse, of this. In the meantime, in between time, they picking us off one by one. And I know y'all gotta understand, we are under a full hostile takeover. When they have a Muslim holiday, you can't get nothing. You can't get no gas. All the stores are closed.
Can't even get down the street.
You can't do anything. Where are our stores, our institutions, our businesses? Oh, I forgot. They gentrified that shit. All they do is change the code. Oh yeah, this year if you want to renew your business license, we're going to need you to get a $20,000 refrigeration system. We need Eastside residents to stand in solidarity with the new Black Panther Party because we are here to protect ourselves financially, physically, emotionally. We are here. Anyway, we gonna stand together and we're gonna make it happen. So you have to let everybody know that we have a grassroots organization that is here for the sole purpose of the people. Because we have a lot of organizations, but they are not organizing the people, they're organizing the money. Cash rules everything around me, and we are poor. They keep us poor because this is how this city thrives. When they made the plan, they said, how are we going to transform Buffalo? They said, we're going to take the HUD dollars and we're going to use them to garner private investment, and we are going to transform Buffalo. This is why they don't put the money in your community, because they're holding it until you're gone for your replacements. So you see all of these children here playing, we have to make sure that they can remain in this community and they can continue to play in this community, because when we're pushed in other communities, they don't have the same type of experience. You want the mic?
Nope, I don't need
You
the
don't
mic.
need the mic. Let's
I
go.
grew up. That was my park, Humboldt Park, when it was that tall, 12 feet tall. Swimming pool. Boycott Arab stores. We don't have no black stores. We had no black stores here.
Creator. Brooklyn and Glenwood.
Black people that got money, that can invest in a store, whatever kind of store it is. Delicatessen, t-shirt store. Put your money in the black community.
Bye-bye. Just to add on to it, don't stop. There is black stores here. Brooklyn and Glenwood. There's one at 1353 Jefferson. And Betty Jean Grant got a store on Fair.
Okay, we know
but there's
about
only a few. But we got to support our own, like you said, brother.
We gotta support black businesses that support black
Bring black
communities.
up. We need more than that.
That's right.
We used to have all black stores here.
Why don't we?
We used to have trees and stuff here.
Why don't we now?
All Arab.
Why don't we
Come
now?
on, man.
Integration.
Man, come on, man.
Buffalakistan.
They turning our community into Buffalakistan, and they expect us to lay down, and we're not.
Stop shopping at these stores.
That's right.
Where's
And see,
shop at then?
exactly. But see, part of the problem is that there is selective enforcement and our stores can't compete. How can you compete with a store when they don't have to pay workers' comp and they can take their food stamps to stock the stores? You see them, I see them when we go to Sam's Club. This is what they are allowed to do, because if you were receiving food stamps and you were stocking your stores, you will go to jail, just like they were going after people who were on food stamps and was selling dinners. See, y'all not understanding. See, we know what the problem is, but we stop short at doing that research. They selling crack kids. Listen, these people who are moving in our community, they are doing whatever they want to do with the protection of the police and these political leaders, because they are replacing the black vote. The Erie County Democratic Committee organized the Bangladeshi Democratic Club. Did they ever organize the East Side Democratic Club? Did they ever organize anything on the East Side to benefit East Side residents? We can't even get our tax dollars reinvested in our community. Are you serious? The same people who come here and bike and they gave the slow roll money to put bike paths in the black community. Did they tell y'all that? But guess what? When you go out into other communities, you don't see bike paths. See, y'all gotta understand, the slow roll is not just a bike ride. It's a bike ride that has corporate sponsorship. These corporate sponsors don't even want to sponsor shit for our kids. Where are our community centers? Why ain't the black churches getting together and building communities and centers instead of houses? See, y'all not paying attention because you can't. Because they got everybody out here speaking lies and misinformation in the community, because they know if you stand up, it's game over. I just need y'all to stand up.